Hey Bible Wonder friends, have you ever had a dream so big that even your friends and family didn't believe it? Do you feel like people treat you badly even when you've done nothing wrong? Well, guess what? That happened to a young man named Joseph, and his story shows how God turns rejection into promotion. Let's follow Joseph's journey from the pit to the palace. Hey, have you ever been excited about a dream, a goal or an idea? Well, Joseph was just like you and me. He had big dreams for his future. Joseph was a young boy who loved God. He was the favorite of his father Jacob, and he even wore a special coat of many colors. But his brothers weren't fans. They were jealous. And Joseph's dreams made things even worse. Another dream showed the sun, moon, and stars bowing to him. So Joseph shared these dreams with his family. But instead of being happy for him, his brothers got super angry. Joseph went to check on his brothers in the fields, but instead of saying hello, they grabbed him. They eventually sold him to slave traders heading to Egypt. Imagine being sold by your own brothers. But Joseph didn't give up. He knew that God was still with him. So Joseph went to Egypt and became a servant in the house of Potiphar, a top official. Even in slavery, Joseph worked with excellence, honesty, and joy. Soon, he was promoted to run the whole house, but then trouble came. Potiphar's wife tried to tempt Joseph into doing something wrong. She said, "Come lie with me." But Joseph said, "No way, I won't sin against God." She got mad because he rejected her and lied to his boss Potiphar, saying he had tried to rape her. Potiphar believed her and threw Joseph in prison. Instead, he kept helping others and doing his best, just like he did in Potiphar's house. So this made the prison warden notice him, and Joseph was put in charge of other prisoners. Then 2 royal prisoners, the baker and the cupbearer, came to Egypt. The baker's dream meant he would be executed, but the cupbearer's dream meant he would get his job back. But Joseph reminded the cupbearer to please remember him when he got his job back. However, the cupbearer forgot. For 2 more years, Joseph stayed in prison. Pharaoh, the leader of Egypt, had a strange dream. 7 skinny cows ate 7 fat cows, and 7 dried-up stalks swallowed 7 healthy ones. No one could understand this dream until the cupbearer finally remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh, "I know a guy who can interpret dreams. It's Joseph, the one you have in prison." So Pharaoh brought Joseph out of prison and asked him to interpret his dreams. Joseph replied, "I can't do that myself, but God can. So let me tell you what God is saying." Joseph explained the dream. There will be 7 good years of harvest, followed by 7 years of famine. But you can avoid the bad times if you prepare during the good times. Pharaoh was very impressed by Joseph's wisdom and decided to make him the prime minister of Egypt, in charge of all of Egypt. So Joseph was released, and he lived in a palace with lots of nice things. And this was so much better than prison. Joseph was able to help all of Egypt prepare for the famine, and they had enough food to last through the difficult times. And now, for the most exciting part, Joseph decided not to tell them who he was at first. And unfortunately, they didn't. However, eventually Joseph revealed his identity and forgave his brothers. He said, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good to save many lives." Now let's talk about some important lessons from Joseph's story that can help us live better lives. Joseph had big dreams, but he didn't let them stop him from trying to fix problems or helping others. So when you face challenges, don't lose hope. Keep believing in your dreams and keep trying. Second, do the right thing. So remember that doing the right thing is always the best choice, even if it's not easy. Third, stay faithful. He took care of the tiniest details, like helping the prisoners in jail. So when we do our best in everything we do, big or small, we prepare ourselves for greater opportunity. Fourth, promotion starts with service. He was a servant, then a prison guard, and then Pharaoh's advisor. So if you want to be promoted in life, start by serving others and gaining new skills. Fifth, God sees everything. So no matter what happens, remember that God is watching over you and taking care of you. Sixth, even when things seem really bad, God can turn rejection into promotion. Joseph's story shows that sometimes things need to get really bad before people realize they need God's help. So keep believing in God's plan for your life, even when you face rejection or disappointment. When Joseph finally revealed himself to his brothers, he didn't hold on to his anger or pain. Instead, he forgave them. This allowed him to become the leader of Egypt without any bitterness. So remember, forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means letting go of anger and resentment and choosing to move forward with a peaceful heart. So remember, even if your dreams seem too big or your situation seems hopeless, stay faithful, forgive others, and always choose to do the right thing. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. And that's the end of today's Bible story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Bible Wonder, and remember, share the wonder. Share this video with your friends so they can also learn about God's amazing plans and promises. Thanks for watching. See you next time.